mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've always opined on this platform on many occasions that in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. Cleophas Malala over the weekend announced his return to Kakamega gubernatorial race. There is no way Cleophas Malala can just wake up one day to announce that he's now going to concentrate in his gubernatorial race, because you all know the role Cleophas Malala was playing for Rigathi Gachagua. Is there a problem which Malala knows which we don't know in Rigathi Gachagua's camp?
Mwaka wa 2022 mlijitokeza wengi mkanipigia kura wakaniibia. Mimi nimerudi kuwania kiti cha ugavana. Wacha niwaambie vijana, acha niwaambie, ukiangalia watu wanasimama ugavana, unashinda ukachilia, huyu baraza atawachanganya.
Because let's face the reality. Last year, Rigathi Gachagua announced the appointment of Cleophas Malala as the DCP deputy party leader. In short, if Rigathi Gachagua were to be on the ballot, it was expected that Cleophas Malala was going to be his running mate. What has now changed?
The Honorable Senator Cleophas Malala from Kakamega County as the interim deputy party leader.
In this video, I want us to analyze deeply the meaning and the reasons why Cleophas Malala has now decided to focus on Kakamega. Because I've always maintained on this platform that Cleophas Malala was William Ruto's mole in DCP.
Na hata hii mambo ambayo umeongea mwisho ya ugavana, mimi nakwambia, mimi nimesimama hiyo kiti before, mpaka tuwe na strategy. Ukisema kila mtu aende kando kando, kale kama mtu katatushinda tena. Mimi nakwambia, mimi nimeifanya hii kitu before. Tusijipige kifua ati wewe enda huko, wewe enda huko. Hapana. Kama unapenda hao watu wako na unajua Cleo akienda huku wewe hutapata, mimi sitapata. Kama unapenda hao watu, tukae pamoja tuelewane hapo. Pale kuna tuelewane. Mimi nikiona wewe unaweza, naona mimi naona unaweza. Mimi naona wewe unaweza, umetulinda vizuri. You are very good leader. So wewe usikue na wasiwasi. Wewe kuja kati karibu na kijana. Na tutakuwa sawa kabisa, si ndio? Asante sana kwa kutusupport. Thank you.
And of course, the truth of the matter is that by May last year, Rigathi Gachagua was consolidating the mountain and was making a name for himself nationally. As we speak, if elections were to be held, Rigathi Gachagua has a high chance of winning the presidency. In fact, if Rigathi Gachagua were to pick a running mate from the Luhya Nation, he can easily win based on numbers. But now we are seeing Cleophas Malala, who was his key point person, deciding now that he's not going to focus on national politics, he's going to go back to Kakamega.
Hiyo village walidharau inaitwa Wamunyoro, inajulikana dunia nzima na iko na heshima kuliko Sugoi. Vile ulikaa pale Wamunyoro, Your Excellency, ukaanza kuongea na watu wako, wakasema huyu mtu ni mkabila. Sababu ulikuwa unaongea na watu wako na ulikuwa unaongea kwa lugha yako. Wakakuita mkabila. Hapo hawakujua umaana ya wewe kama kiongozi kuanzia kwako na kurudi kwako. William Ruto alikuwa anajiita yeye ni sijui ni nini, national leader, akadharau nyumbani. Sasa mambo imeumana.
Before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go straight to the point. Why do you think Cleophas Malala is now going back to Kakamega? Number one, in my view, is the Trojan Horse politics. I've always maintained here, and I want someone to prove me wrong, that Cleophas Malala was a Trojan horse for Ruto in DCP. Just like he was a Trojan horse for Ruto in ANC. And when he was in ANC, he was an official of ANC party. Then Malala decided to contest for the governor. Before we knew, Malala and Sakaja were the two people who brokered a deal between Musalia Mudavadi and William Ruto. Right now, if Malala was a Trojan horse, he has already served his purpose. And because he has served his purpose, his services are no longer required. He's now going to go to DCP. So he's going to support his campaigns. Your guess is as good as mine. That's number one. That's number one. Number two is what I can call the mole factor. For those who studied chemistry, you can call it the mole concept. Rigathi Gachagua has intelligence, elaborate, within government and outside government. And if, for example, I've been suspecting Cleophas Malala to be a mole, what do you think Rigathi knows about Malala, which I don't know? Probably he has more information. And because of that, he has been sidelining Malala. And Malala has realized that he's being sidelined. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua made changes recently. And one of the appointments he made was the one for the Secretary General of DCP, where he appointed his ally, John Methu. And after that announcement is when you saw Malala now going back to Kakamega. It means Malala has realized that in DCP, he's not trusted. He's being sidelined. And because he's being sidelined, let me ask you, if Malala was made the spokesperson of DCP, do you think he would have gone back to Kakamega? He would not have gone back to Kakamega. Those are the realities of politics. Malala is going back to Kakamega because he's being sidelined in DCP. He's not just being sidelined for no reason. Rigathi has his reasons for sidelining Malala. If anything, Malala has done a lot for this party. In fact, if you have to give credit where it is due, Cleophas Malala is very good when it comes to serving his side. He served this side so well, but he's now being sidelined. He's a deputy party leader, but we have the party leader speaking. If not the party leader, we have the Secretary General. So it's nowhere in the equation. And of course, it's not being considered for even the running mate. Number three, and this is something which I know, Cleophas Malala has sat down and thought over it very deeply. Rigathi Gachagua's acceptability as far as Luhya politics is concerned. The truth of the matter is that our politics is treble. And because our politics is treble, you have to localize it. What are Malala's options? Malala has several options. The first option is to hope that DCP will win seats and be part of a coalition which will win, and after that, then he can be appointed to the cabinet. And because he's not being trusted, he doesn't see that coming. His other option is to wait, campaign, and maybe be nominated either to Senate or to the National Assembly again. And that's not working. Now, he's realized that campaigning for Rigathi Gachagua in the Luhya Nation might not be acceptable to most people. So what is he doing? He's preparing the ground to exit. Transition from national politics to Kakamega. then the Malala we know is really going to campaign. Then he can switch sides now. He can decide to go independent. He can decide to not join Linda Wananchi. He can decide to even go back to UDA. Nothing will stop him from going back to UDA. In short, the acceptability of Rigathi Gachagua in the Luhya Nation is what is forcing Malala to bolt out. Number 4, Malala is now leaving his options open. You see, once you move from national politics to local politics, then you concentrate there. Then, very soon, we'll start hearing Malala raising concerns. Malala speaking. He's going to now leave his options open. At the local level there, he's going to say that for me, what matters to me is my seat. I want to be the governor. And they'll start singing the songs. When you hear any moment you hear politician talking about, oh, you know, parties are not important. Oh, vote for me as individual. They are leaving their options open. And lastly, I think the emergence of Edwin Sifuna in the Luhya Nation is complicating the equation for Malala around Rigathi and at the national level. I know you want to ask me how. Let me explain to you how. When Malala was with Rigathi at the national level, Sifuna was in ODM. By that time, nobody had anticipated that Sifuna would emerge. So Malala would always sit at the higher level there. So in the Luhya Nation, we had Wamalwa, Natembea to some extent, and then Malala. And Malala actually stamped his authority when he won that seat for Kakamega, during one of the by-elections, the MC seat. So he was playing there. But now, Sifuna has emerged. So if Ruto wants to talk to the Luhya Nation, who will he look for? Logically, he would want to have Sifuna on his side. What about the united opposition? In the Luhya Nation today, if they want to talk to a lawyer, who do you think they look for? All of them are not looking for Sifuna. In short, the tides have not changed. And Sifuna is the man of the moment. And because Sifuna is the man of the moment, his value at the national level has now reduced. Yeah? So right now, at the national level, when you want to talk about lawyer politics, you talk of Sifuna and Ososi. In fact, even Weta and the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, are finding it very rough. So because of those factors, if you are to ask me, Cleophas Malala has now decided to bolt out. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.